All right, you guys, what you see before you are beautiful flowers. When I decide to make these flowers, you guys, aren't they beautiful? I mean, you cannot. I am obsessed. So, when I decide to make these flowers, I decided to use up my scraps. And so they are great scrap busters, guys. And when I decided to make them, I wanted them, I selected some yarn that they look like they're coming out of the ground, you know, just growing. So the gray that you see is like concrete, and they are in a field of beautiful wooden box, and they are coming up out of the ground. You like my imagination? And so I decided to use most of my scraps. Is I usually have like those little balls of yarn. When I'm done, I get them and then I put them in a crate that I have, and I have to close that one up. So anyway, and I just save them for projects like this, and they are so beautiful. I have more over here. Isn't that beautiful? And they remind me, you guys, of dahlias. I don't know if you've ever seen a dahlia plant flower, but that's what they remind me of. And it looks like this. Yeah, and so it just inspired me to make an afghan. So let's get into making this beautiful flower. All right, you guys, so let's make our slip knot, and we are going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to slip stitch in our first chain here. We're going to put our hook in our first chain. Then we're going to yarn over, and we're going to slip stitch it close. We're going to take it all the way through, and we are going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. And so we have our ring, you guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to put puffs in here. Okay, crochet puffs. I think they call them puffs, or I forgot the other word for them, but I call them puffs. And so popcorn stitch, that's another one that they call it. So we're going to yarn over, and you're going to put 5 double crochets inside this ring right now. I'm sorry, 4, because we already did our chain 3. So we are going to put 4 double crochets inside our ring. 1, 2, 3, 3, and 4. Okay, let me get some more yarn there. Okay, so now to make your popcorn stitch or your puff stitch, you're going to take your hook out of the loop, which you're going to leave. Now we're going to go into our first chain stitch right here, and you're going to stick your hook into that first chain. And now we're going to take our hook and we're going to put it through the loop, and you can pull it. Now, one of the tricks that I have that help me go like a little faster when I'm doing this, I take my finger, my middle finger here, and I just push this towards me. So I'm holding the yarn and I'm pushing this with my other finger towards me, so that can bend, so I can pull that together like that. And that just helps me. If you have a way, let us know. Because when you're trying to get 5 in here, it gets a little bit snug. But I noticed that has helped me. And then we are going to chain 1. Okay, so now let's put 5 double crochets inside of our ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let me get some more yarn there. And so we're going to take that out, take our hook from the loop. We're going to come over here to our very first double crochet, and we're going to slip our hook through the chain right there. And we're going to put our hook inside that loop, push that forward, or you don't even have to push it forward. If you can just, you know, take it through that first, go right ahead. But I'm going to push mine forward towards me, and I am going to pull my string, and I'm going to chain 1, and that's 2 puff stitch. So we need to put 8 inside this ring. Okay, so after we chain our 1, we're going to do another 5 double crochets. 1, 2, and I'm going to take my tail with me, guys, so I can pull it when I'm finished with my circle. So I usually just travel this with me when I am doing anything that has to do with a ring. So we did 2, 3, 4, 4, and 5. You see, I just took that. I'm just taking that with me. And so we just do the same thing. Make your loop. Come over here to your first double crochet. Slip it in that chain. Put your hook through that loop. Push that towards you. Yarn, chain 1, and there's your stitch. There's your bobble. Your bobble stitch, your popcorn stitch, your puff stitch, whatever you want to call it. That's what we're calling it. So I'm going to go ahead, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and put the other 8 inside of our ring, and I'll be right back. Okay, you guys. So I'm all back, and I put my 8 popcorn stitch inside. I wanted to show you guys where exactly we are. We're doing this part right here. So now to join, right here, you don't want to join. You actually want to skip this popcorn stitch, and you want to join right here. Okay, so you just do a slip stitch, but go over this first bobble stitch, go in there. It's gonna take itself behind it, and then you just want to do a slip stitch, and there you are. Oh, actually, you guys, I did 2 of them. So here it is right here. We're gonna close it. Let me get my bobble. Yes, you guys, I'm gonna be calling these things either bobble, popcorn stitch, or actually whatever comes to my mind. And I'm so sorry if that bothers you. They've been called so many things so many times. So this is my first popcorn stitch. So right here where I am going to join to close this flower up. Okay. And there we have. So now we are going to do this part right here. So you want to chain, let's chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And so now, if you turn your work over, you see you have this circle of these ridges when you was joining your popcorn stitch here. So now we are going to put, because we have ours right here, and this yarn that I'm using, you guys, is a little bit thicker because I wanted you guys to see what I was doing. So it's just a little bit thicker than what I made the flowers out of. So now we are going to put 2 popcorn stitches inside this one space, okay, because that's what they are. They're spaces. You made the spaces when you were making your popcorn stitch. So we made our popcorn stitch, we chained 2, and then we started, you know, our popcorn stitch, chain 2, popcorn stitch, chain 2. So we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to put 2 popcorn stitches inside that space. Okay, so let's do our first one here. So we need to put 4 double crochets inside this space, because this is counting as our 5th one. There we go. So we have our 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to do it like we did it before. Come over, do our popcorn, put it through the loop. We're going to push it towards us, and then we can make it. And then chain 2. 1 and 2. Now we are going, in this same space, we are going to put another popcorn stitch. Yarn over, do a double crochet. So now we're going to do 5 double crochets inside the space. So 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and we're going to come over here, put our hook through our first double crochet, through the chain, and then we're going to go, through the stitch, sorry guys, and through the loop, push it towards us, chain 2, and there we are, we have our 2. So let's do it again. We're going to go to our next space, which is between the 2 bobbins. Yarn over, we're going to put 5 double crochets in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we're going to come over here, put it through the stitch, put it through the loop, push it towards us, and there we are, chain 2, 1 and 2. And you can see it now, huh? So in the same space, let's do our next 5 double crochets. 1, let's get some yarn. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to put our hook through the first stitch of the double crochet, put it through the loop, push it forward, take your finger, push it forward, and chain 2. So can you see it now? And so we're going to have 16 in each one when we come around. So we have 8 here, and then we have 16 right here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do mine off camera, and I will meet you guys back up. Don't forget to close up your centerpiece by just pulling. If you took that and you traveled, then close that up. I'm just going to tug a little bit, and then I'll take my darning needle and go ahead and take the yarn and slide that in there so it won't come out. And yeah, and then that'll close that up. And so I'm going to go ahead and do mine all the way around. So remember, each space you're going to put 2 popcorn stitches. You're going to put 1 popcorn stitch, chain 2, and then another popcorn stitch in the same space. Okay, and you're going to do that all the way around. All right, you guys, I'll be right back. All right, you guys, I am back. So I did my 16, and and as I was making this, you guys, I was thinking about, I told you guys concrete, and I was thinking, okay, so they can't come out of concrete. They have to be, so this is gravel. This is gravel, for the water. So when you water it, it'll be all, won't get over flooded. So you can tell I'm not a gardener, right? But I am aiming to be one day. So I went around, I did my 16 petals here. And so now, just like before, we're going to skip our first popcorn stitch, and we are going to slip stitch it right into the next space. Okay? And there you are. So now we're going to work on our corner pieces here, our gravel of our square. But first we need to, we're going to fasten off right here. Let me get my scissors. Aren't these adorable, guys? Look at these little scissors. So adorable. Just super adorable. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and cut that. And okay, so if you happen to hear any noise or anything like that, that's just my they're doing some things in the kitchen. So that's what that would be. And so we're just going to fasten off right here. And so I'm going to go ahead and get my yarn for this right here, and so I can show you how to do our gravel. Okay, so because I'm gonna go ahead and grab it right now. It's just right here on the side of me. So, and so I'm gonna have all, everything I linked. These right here are scraps, but I did use the Caron Simply Soft for my gray for my corners. So that's what that is, and I'm gonna link everything down in the description box, you guys. I'm gonna use this one because this is my other one that I was using. So now with this right here, you could start anywhere, okay, because we're going to make half of a corner on our flower right here. So you want to, however you join your yarn, go ahead and do that. I usually just slip mine on like this, and then I'll hold on to the actual, and then I'll chain one. That's how I usually, but however you join your yarn on, then just go ahead and join your yarn. And we are going to chain 3. So 1, because I already did 1 chain there, 2 and 3. And so now we're just going to make half of a corner. We're going to put 2 more double crochets in this space. Okay. So 1 and 2. Okay, so that's a half of a corner, and then we're going to chain 1. Okay, now in our next space we are going to put 2 half double crochets, chain 1. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. It's gonna half double crochet, get some yarn here. So another half double crochet in the same space and chain 1. So we have 2 half double crochets and chain 1 in the space. And so in the next space we're going to do the same exact thing. 2 half double crochets in this space with a chain 1. Okay, yarn over, half double crochet, and a half double crochet chain 1. And so we're going to do this one more time in our next space, which is right there. Yarn over, half double crochet, yarn over, bring up a loop, and I'm assuming you know how to make a half double crochet. But if you don't, I'll go through it on the next round, because we've and then chain 1. So now what we're going to do in the next space, we are going to make a corner. Okay, so we are going to yarn over, and we are going to put 3 double crochets, chain 2, and then 3 double crochets in this same space. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. We're going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and then we are going to put 3 more double crochets in the same space. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and that's a corner. Okay, it's one of our corners right there. And so now we're going to do the same exact motion we did over here. We did, because right over here we have a half because we started. So when we come back around, we're going to finish that corner off. But we're going to put the two half double crochets, chain 1, just like we did here, in one space, and then the next space, and then the next space. And so we'll do that actually all the way around. So you would do this 3 times, 1, 2, and 3, right, in your spaces, in your half double crochets. You do your corner, and then you do that, because right now we're going to do our 3, and then our corner, our 3, and then our corner, and then our 3, and then we'll finish it off right here with our half. So in this space here, we're going to do a half double crochet, but first we're going to chain 1. So you want to chain 1 after each half double crochet you do. Okay, so we're going to yarn over, and you're going to put through your space, and we're going to do a half double crochet. And so it's like making a double crochet, but it's a half one. So we're going to yarn over again, and we're just going to take that all the way through. Okay, and then that's a half double crochet. And so we want to do that again. So we want to yarn over, go through the space, bring the loop up, so you have 3 on your loop. You want to yarn over, and you want to take it all the way through, and that's a half double crochet, and we want to chain 1. Okay, and so we're going to do that again. Half double crochet number 1, because we're putting 2, half double crochet in the next, chain 1. Okay, yarn over, so we're doing a half double crochet, half double crochet, chain 1. So we have 3 half double crochets in each one of our spaces. And you know, guys, if you have a hard time seeing anything like in your work, pull it apart so you can see. You're not going to damage it or anything. Just pull it apart so you can be able to see that. Okay, and so now what we're going to do, we're going to do our corner. Okay, so we're going to yarn over, and we're going to do those 3 double crochets, chain 2, and then another 3 double crochets. Okay, so there go my 3. We're going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and then put our other 3 double crochets in there. And then we are going to see, we made it around. We're going to chain 1 at the end. Okay, so now we want to put our 3 half double crochets in our space. So 1 there, and 1 there, and 1 there, and then we're going to do our corner. I'm going to do this one with you here. So let's go. Our half double crochet, That's one. Let's do it again. Half double crochet. You kind of make a song out of it. Chain one, half double crochet. All right. So 2 half double crochets. Let me put that there. And then another 2 half double crochets, which is awesome. And then here we are, we to our corner, right? Because we have 3, 1, 2, and 3 half double crochets in our space, and so we're gonna do our corner now. So 3 double crochets in our corner, chain 2, and then another 3 double crochets, all in that one space. Come on, there we are. Come on, yeah. Some yarn there, and okay, and so we are on our last go around, okay, our last corner piece. So I'm going to go ahead and chain 1, and we're going to put our half double crochets in that space. Okay, our 2 half double crochets in that space, and the next space 2 half double crochets. Oh, guys, you didn't tell me. I have to chain 1. I totally forgot to chain 1. Chain 1 and then half double crochet. Let's go. All right, half double crochet, chain 1. Okay. So we're in our last half double crochet. Okay, chain 1, and so now we're at our corner piece, and so let's finish our corner piece. So now in the same space of where we started, we're going to put 3 double crochet, chain 2. Okay, so 1, uh-oh, my little is in the way, 2, and 3, chain 2, 1 and 2. And so now you want to put your stitch, you want to put your hook in the first stitch. You want to do a slip stitch, okay, in the first stitch right there. And that's our first one, and you just want to slip stitch that. Okay, don't fasten off, because now you see our corner. How cute. Move everything out the way. That's our first round, you guys. How pretty. We are making some gravel. So now let's do the last round, which is up here. Okay, and so now you want to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and so you want to put 3 double crochets inside of your space you just made, okay, which is right here, because once again you're going to do that half double crochet, your half of your corner, because you're going this way. If you're right-handed, you'd be going the other way. So you want to put 3 double crochets inside of your middle space of your corner here. So 1, 2, and 3. And the reason why I put 3, you guys, usually I'll count that first chain 3 that I did, but in this incident I didn't, because it doesn't yield a stitch. When you chain 3, it yields a stitch, which is right here. If you don't, if you put 2, you're only going to have 2 stitches here instead of 3. Okay? So now let's work our way around. So we want to chain 1, and so in our first space we have right here, we are going to put we're going to put 2 double crochets. So 1 and 2. So we put 2 double crochets and we chain 1. And guys, we do that all the way around. So we do that in each space around. Let me show you. We do it in, let me pull it apart. You see it? We do it in each space across. When we get to our corner, we do our corner, but we do that all the way around. 2 double crochets in that space all the way around. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and work mine off camera, you guys, and I will be right back. All right, you guys, so I am all done. I did mine all the way around, and I am all done with my flower. Isn't she pretty? She's so pretty. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed the tutorial. I do hope that you guys give it a go, try it, use your scraps up, because this is the perfect scrap buster, and it's beautiful. Okay, so that is it for me, you guys. I will see you guys on the next video. Bye for now.